Hello everyone, I am Dr. Suman Pawar, working as an assistant professor in Department of Zoology, Dadapati Mahavidyalaya, Karjat, District Ahmednagar. Friends, this video is for educational purpose only. No copyright infringement. This copyright belongs to its rightful owner. Credit goes to the respective image and content providers. Friends, today we are discussing the urinogenital system in male Calotes versicolor. First of all, let us discuss what is meant by urinogenital system. The urinogenital system shows analysis of its terms urino and genital. The urino means the excretory and genital, that is the reproductive. Thus, this system is formed by two different systems, namely urinary system for excretion and the genital system for reproduction. Both these systems are located very close to each other in the posterior region of the abdominal cavity. Their external openings, like the excretory opening and the genital opening, they are situated in close association with each other. And particularly in case of the vertebrate males including Calotes, they are also morphologically interdependent, that is the excretory system and the genital system. They are interdependent, and thus the genital duct also works or also functions as the excretory duct, as it primarily functions as the excretory duct. This duct, that is urinogenital duct, is common for both the excretory and the reproductive system. Hence, it is called urinogenital duct, and hence this system is called as urinogenital system, which looks more prominent in male vertebrates including male Calotes rather than the females. Let us see the urinogenital system. First of all, we will see the excretory elements which are located in this figure. See here, the excretory organs or the excretory system includes paired kidneys, paired ureters, the urinary bladder, and this cloacal aperture. First of all, let us see the kidney. This pair of kidney, it looks rather flattened, tapering anteriorly and somewhat swelled posteriorly. The tapering anterior ends, they are separated from each other, whereas posteriorly both these kidneys from their inner margins, they fuse together. Each kidney gives off a duct called ureter, which posteriorly unites with its correspondent vas deferens, and thus it forms the well-known urinogenital duct of each side. This urinogenital duct independently opens on either side of this cloacal aperture. Thus, it conducts the sperms as well as the excretory product up to the cloacal chamber. The second half of the system, that is reproductive system or the genital system, which is composed of paired testes which are located. This right testis, it is rather ahead than the left one. From the ventral inner side of each testis, there originates much convoluted epididymis, and posteriorly which continues as vas deferens of its side. By running posteriorly, each vas deferens it joins with the ureter of the excretory system, and thus there is a formation of the urinogenital duct by which this system is identified. The testes are the production house of the sperms, and the epididymis, this is the region of the spermatic duct for temporary conduction of the sperms. On either side of this cloacal aperture, there is a location of the hemipenis, which are pair of hemipenis which are enclosed within the pineal sacs. And these hemipenis, these are the organ of copulation in male calotes. Let us see the components which togetherly form the excretory system in calotes: a pair of kidney, a pair of ureters, and urinary bladder. The kidneys are elongated, flattened, dark red organs which are located medially in the pelvic region of the abdominal cavity. These are attached to the dorsal body wall, and they are covered by the thin peritoneum from their ventral side only. Each kidney shows anterior tapering end, and these two anterior tapering locations, they are separated from each other, whereas the posterior ends of each kidney, they fuse together. The kidneys are more advanced, metanephric, and each kidney consists of two lobes, that is the anterior and the posterior lobe. The anterior lobes of kidneys are free and slightly apart, means they remain separate from each other, whereas the posterior lobes or the posterior region of both the kidneys, they comes closer to each other and fuse in the middle line. Thus, they forms the appearance of alphabet V. Both the kidneys, they are covered by peritoneal membrane from their ventral side as well as lateral side, and hence they are regarded as ventroperitoneal or extraperitoneal in position in the abdominal cavity. Histologically, each kidney is made up of a central medulla and a peripheral cortex region. The peripheral cortex contains numerous renal or the Malpighian corpuscles, which are the structural and functional units of the kidney of calotes. Associated with these corpuscles, the collecting ducts and the blood capillaries. Each Malpighian corpuscle is formed of a network of blood capillaries which togetherly form the glomerulus, that is the filtering device which is enclosed in a double-walled Bowman's capsule. The double wall of the Bowman's capsule directly communicates with the renal tubule, and in turn the renal tubules, they open in the collecting tubule which communicates with their respective ureter to discharge their extracted contents. The ureters. A pair of ureter in the form of a delicate tube on each side originates from the ventral surface of each kidney. The ureters join with vas deferens of its side and forms a pair of short common urinogenital ducts which opens into the cloaca. In male calotes or in male garden lizard, the ureters serves for both the systems, that is excretory and genital, hence it is called urinogenital duct. And both the urinogenital ducts, they open in the middle chamber of the cloaca called uradium. These openings are represented by urinogenital papillae. The urinary bladder. The urinary bladder is a small, thin-walled sac which is situated ventrally in the pelvic region. It is externally covered by peritoneal membrane and thus it binds itself dorsally with the rectal tube. And in turn, the urinary bladder also opens into the cloaca. The process of excretion. The kidneys perform the function of separation of the nitrogenous waste which are produced during different metabolic activities within the body of Chilotes. And these nitrogenous waste, they are extracted from the blood mainly in the form of uric acid. Thus, Chilotes is uricotelic in its excretory mode. The uric acid is much less toxic and water soluble than ammonia or urea. Thus, the uric acid leaves the kidney along with a small amount of water forming a yellowish urine. And this urine is carried by the ureters into the urodium and it passes into the bladder. In the urodium, the bladder water is almost completely absorbed from the urine and thus nearly the solid urine consisting mainly the uric acid is finally eliminated outside the body as an excretory product in Chilotes. The second half of the system, that is reproductive system in male Chilotes. The reproductive system is mainly composed of the paired testes, which are the ovoid bodies. They lie in the abdominal cavity and much ahead of the kidney's location. The right testis is located little ahead of the left testis. The testes undergo drastic change in their size, particularly in breeding season, as they become larger during the breeding time than their non-breeding period. There is absence of inguinal canal, hence the spermatic cord is not formed in Chilotes. The inguinal canal, it is located ventrally at the joints or at the junction of the abdominal cavity and the hind limbs. Each test is attached to the dorsal body wall through a double fold of peritoneum which is called mesorchium. Thus, the mesorchium, that is the double peritoneal fold, keeps the testes in their position. The inner end of each testis gives off much convoluted tubular epididymes. Each epididyme is continued posteriorly in the form of a long, narrow, coiled and delicate vas deferens, that is the spermatic duct which mainly serves for conduction of the sperms from testes up to their eliminating point, that is cloaca. The vas deferens passes backwards along the ventral surface of the kidney of its side and joins with the ureter to form the urinogenital duct through which both urine as well as the male gametes, that is the sperms, they are passed into the cloacal chamber. In case of Chilotes, the seminal vesicles for temporary storage of the sperms are totally absent. There is absence of special glands like the copulatory glands or the accessory reproductive glands which are associated with the male reproductive system or male genital system in Chilotes. In male Chilotes, there is a presence of a pair of irreversible copulatory organ called hemipenis which lies under the skin behind the cloacal aperture. In male calotes, the posterior lateral side of the cloaca is provided with a pair of copulatory sacs enclosing a hemipenis within them. Each hemipenis is grooved to conduct the sperms from the cloacal chamber of the male during copulation, that is, during the courtship with the female. Thus, in today's video, we have learned about the urinogenital system of male calotes versicolor. Students, in case you have any doubt about the content of this video or you have any question about the topic covered through this video, you can kindly email me on the given address. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me clear once again, this video is for educational purpose only, no copyright infringement. This copyright belongs to its rightful owner. Credit goes to the respective image and content providers. And for more videos, kindly visit our YouTube channel, Right Knowledge Bank. Thank you. Thank you very much.